Last month, I interviewed Jiren, an ex-Flat Earther, after his sensational return back to Team Globe and leaving the Flat Earth community for good. It was a great discussion, and if you've not seen it yet, I'll put the link in the description. But recently, Level Earth Observer, the self-proclaimed demonstrable realist, has reviewed some of that interview. He seems to have a problem with some of the things that we said. Let's have a look, shall we? Hello all and welcome along to another video with me, Simon Dan. Thanks very much for joining me. Right, on with today's video, which as I said in the intro is from Level Earth Observer. He wants to break down a section of the interview with Jiren that I did last month. Let's hear him out, shall we?
Remember, I'm a demonstrable realist. My claims have always been physical demonstrable reality, which can be tested and verified by all, which of course is reality. Now listen to Jiren's opening statement.
Yeah, it should always be about what claims best match reality. So the problem with today is that now you've got a flat Earth group who says they have no map, no model, and they make no claims. And so, they shouldn't even be allowed in the conference.
My claim is physical reality. It's matched by physical reality. We are in a physical reality. That you couldn't have a better claim than that, and it's irrefutable.
Physical reality is not a claim. It's the arena in which claims are tested. Science has been doing that for centuries. And when we test the globe model, it accurately predicts things like the Coriolis effect, star rotations in opposite directions in the north and south, seasons, and solar elevation angles across latitudes. Plus many, many, many more. Ask any flat earther to make specific predictions and they fall silent or change the topic.
Physical reality isn't going to be refuted by something non-physical, like a sky observation, is it?
But that's nonsense. Sky observations are absolutely part of a physical reality. The position of the sun, measurable. The motion of the stars, trackable. The phases of the moon, predictable. Eclipses, calculated to the second. Solar elevation angles, quantifiable anywhere on Earth. That's data, that's physical reality. If sky observations weren't physical, then how could we navigate, do astronomy or predict satellite positions?
Look at the mess a belief system gets you into when you're so wound up and so invested in it. Jiren's in a right old pickle because he's turned sides, but he's done it in such a manner that genuine globe believers don't trust him as far as they could throw him because his stance is illogical, just based on a sky observation. It doesn't affect the physicality of the Earth. And a lot of the genuine globe believers know that. And like I say, do not trust Jiren at all and won't support him.
That's not true at all. All I've seen online is support for Jiren from the community. That includes other debunkers, subscribers, commenters, pretty much everyone.
And of course the Flat Earth community, who have supported Jiren for a decade, have totally turned their backs on him.
Of course they have, because he's exposed their racket.
So he's got himself in a bit of a pickle and unfortunately brought it on himself. He's accused me of being a liar, a grifter and a retard. Again, just projecting, that's fine. But I'm a demonstrable realist. Well, let's carry on,
Conversation of science. Yeah, it's not a scientific endeavor.
They are the worst, and Level Earth Observer is probably the worst at that. The no claims, it's
just an easy way out, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you just, no matter
Listen to this now.
what anybody says, you could just say, I believe in demonstrable reality.
Yeah.
Well, we demonstrated it.
Yeah, I believe in demonstrable reality. That's my claims. Come back.
Yeah, it should always be about what claims best match reality. So the problem with
Are you feeling okay, Jiren?
Yes, it should be about what claims best match reality. And the Globe Earth claims do just that. Like I said earlier, you can't believe in demonstrable reality. It's the arena in which claims are tested. You apparently have no claims. Therefore, you cannot cite demonstrable reality.
Yeah? That's about 35 seconds apart, those two statements.
Yeah, it should always be about what claims best match reality. So the problem with today is...
And then we come forward. I don't know, it might even be less than that. Hang on.
No matter what anybody says, you could just say, "Oh, I believe in demonstrable reality."
Yeah.
Well, we demonstrate.
Sharon, you have literally destroyed yourself, mate. You did it months ago when you claimed an observation of the sky potentially had the ability to change the physicality of the Earth.
Observations don't change physical reality, they reveal it. That's literally what science is for. We observe, we measure, we test. If the sky shows consistent patterns, like stars rotating or solar angles or eclipses or lunar phases, then we use those physical observations to infer the shape of the Earth.
A lot of people started to lose respect at that point in time, but of course, what's gone on since has become the stuff of legends now. Anyway, let me let you continue because I think you're trying to talk more nonsense here.
We looked at it, you know. So it's.
Now, what did you look at? Hang on.
Yeah. Well, we demonstrated it. We looked at it, you know.
What did you demonstrate?
The way out, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you could just, no matter what anybody says, you could just say, "Oh, I believe in demonstrable reality."
Yeah.
Well, we demonstrated it. We looked at it, you know. So it's kind of.
No, you haven't demonstrated physical reality. You've made a claim about an observation in Antarctica, and let's just say, despite it not being done under the what I would class as scientific conditions that would suggest that whole expedition could be cited as something that could be taken as evidence, because there was too many issues with it.
Our Level Earth Observer goes straight for the "it's fake" argument without any evidence. Nice.
But let's just put that aside and accept it as an observation. Doesn't change the physicality of the Earth.
No, but it did reveal that the flat Earth model, the popular one with the sun circling over above, was impossible. It really did.
And it doesn't change physical demonstrable reality, does it? Again, we come back to that question. How can something non-physical, like a sky observation, refute physical reality? It can't, can it? These two, now let me ask you the question. Are these two just dumb and deluded and just ruled by their materialistic desires? Or are they actually rotten? Put in the comment section, let me know.
Bit harsh, Level Earth Observer, and it's neither, I'm afraid. We understand the shape of the planet we live on, and we're trying to stop people spreading misinformation. It's sort of heroic. I'm joking, of course, but I do feel it is important.
Hard to get that across to them.
Yeah, the thing that makes me laugh the most about him is he's like, I know it's not a ball, but I know it's not a ball. I know that, but I don't know what it is.
Dan, were you dropped on your head at an early age? What's the name of my channel, Dan? Level Earth Observer.
Ah, so you spent months telling me that you're not a flat earther, and then you tell me to look at your channel name, which is Level Earth Observer. And that clearly infers then that you are a flat earther, surely. Make your mind up, me old chum.
Something that's demonstrably, physically true. Dear, oh dear. And it's only going to get worse for you, Danny boy.
Oh no, what else does he have?
Here we get to see Dan highlight to everyone that the globe Earth theory is physically impossible when I put it on him during a live. When asked how does a 24-hour sun in Antarctica prove a physically impossible globe Earth, Dan couldn't cite any physicality or any kind of logical reason how it does. Instead, he was clutching at straws, desperate for another concept to attack. And in doing so, in the minds of the naive, Dan included, he proved his physically impossible globe Earth. Look.
Ah, this was my sunrise to sunset live stream where I was celebrating hitting 600,000 subscribers. Nice of him to watch, actually.
Is that the real Elio in the chat? I think it is the real Level Earth Observer in the flat. How does a 24-hour sun on top of prove a physically impossible globe Earth? Well, Level Earth Observer, as you're not a flat earther, as you keep telling me.
Even though he's just asked us to read his channel name, which infers he is.
It's difficult to answer that question to you because most flat earthers who subscribe to the model of the ice wall going around the outside, it is impossible to have a 24-hour sun in that model. But because you are not a flat earther and you probably don't subscribe to that model, it's difficult to sort of explain that to you in a way that you'll accept.
I think that's fair, don't you?
Yeah, so I won't accept excuses as evidence, Dan. Remember, I'm a demonstrable realist, and you've just highlighted to everyone that your globe Earth theory is physically impossible, and the only way you can prove it is to attack another conceptual idea. And in doing so, something that's physically impossible suddenly becomes a reality. Dear, oh dear, son.
Okay, fair enough. I'll explain now for you. The fact that the sun doesn't set for 24 hours near the poles, in Antarctica in December and the Arctic in June, is something we can observe, film and predict to the day. That's not a belief or a theory, it's real world data. And the only model that explains that is a tilted spinning Earth. End of. Now at this point, Level Earth Observer really does try to go in on me. Have a look at this.
Let's be fair, Dan's cartoon demonstration was about as successful as when he tried to take the art world by storm 6 years ago, banging out these signed copies of himself for £44. That went down like a lead balloon, just like Dan's cartoon demonstration.
Oh dear, my friend, I did not draw that, nor did I sell it. This was drawn by a subscriber who sent me 10 copies which I signed. Here's a short clip of the artist in question making it. You can clearly see who it's made by. You might want to do a retraction there, Level Earth Observer.
And to finish up, Dan's totally going to contradict himself and expose himself as a liar for all to see here as he discusses Earth motion. On one hand, well, I'll let him explain.
Time and time again, the flat Earth has always done. And can you feel the Earth? Yes, we can't, because we're in constant motion, which according to physics means we may as well be stationary. It's uniform motion. We do not feel it. And it is the same as saying we're not moving.
So Dan's just gone on to say we're in constant uniform motion, and as a result, we cannot feel it, okay? Problem is, in this other clip we're going to see Dan's totally going to contradict himself from the statement he's just made.
The orbital velocity of Earth gets faster and slower as it orbits this time because of its orbit.
Dan, if it's speeding up and slowing down because of its orbit, it can't be in constant uniform motion, can it?
Okay, I'll hold my hands up, you got me. But I will say this. It might as well be constant uniform motion. That change in our velocity is so gradual and so consistent that it's far too small for us to physically feel. We're talking about a change of around 1 kilometre per second over months, in a system where Earth is already moving over 30 kilometres per second. It's like adjusting cruise control by 0.1%. You're not going to feel it. So, whilst we're not technically in constant uniform motion, the change is so small that we might as well be. Thanks for giving me the opportunity to clarify that, Level Earth Observer. And I think that's a nice place to finish today's video. Please do let me know what you thought of Level Earth Observer's video there in the comments below. As I say, we're all done and dusted for another one. Thanks so much as ever for watching today. Please do subscribe to the channel. And then if you really like this particular video, a big thumbs up would be thankful too. I've been Simon Dan. Have yourselves a great day, and I'll see you tomorrow for the return of With the Sun 33. What has he got to say this time? See you then.